Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for Encounter 2. Anthony with you once again, and this event is going to be pretty interesting. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how this season is shaken up, a couple weeks ago we wrapped up Encounter 1, and the meta has proven to be fairly wide. So how will players respond to this? We don't know, because this is not that format. We are on even waves only for Encounter 2. Of course, that means waves 2, 4, 6, and 8 exclusive. Oh, sorry. I forgot to mute myself in Discord. Once again, I prove I have zero clue what I'm doing. But waves 2, 4, 6, and 8 only, plus the 1C open cards. So yeah, that's pretty much the meta. And we start round 1 with Superion, which is one of the decks that was heavily discussed going into this, versus whatever the hell Bill was on. It's the Junkion Detritus, or the Power Core Combiner Detritus, with Rummage and Bug Bite. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Nobody does. So at this point, I'm just gonna say, I don't know. This is why you need a co-commentator. Yes, John, I'm aware. Look, logistics, it's a thing. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I am going to hop back into Discord here and turn down their audio so that way I can actually hear myself and not have to yell. Okay, there we go. I can talk reasonably. And we are now waiting for the shuffle up happened. Already. We are just waiting for them to finish a discussion here. I'm just gonna butt in here, unmuted intentionally this time. Once you're done shuffling and you've done the roll-off, you're free to start. Alrighty. So now that we have gotten the Anthony being a total idiot moment out of the way for this stream, let's get this party rolling. And deck cuts are happening. Okay, Bill's cut is done. Frank's is almost done, it looks like. The cuts are done. But yeah, so if you watched Legendary's video discussing the Encounter 2 meta, Superion is one of the combiners that he thinks is going to do decently. He wasn't too high on Roadmaster, though, but we will see how that goes. The 3 he mentioned were good, or he thinks were good to be good, were Devastator, Thunderguts, Gilthor, and Superion. And we see one of those on the table, and the other one, Bill, is on Copium. And we have the roll-off. Bill is going first. There's the 4 damage from In the Name of Slingshot. This is how Power Glide is on the field for those of you unfamiliar with Wave 6. And, wait, who is Frank going first? Oh, it's actually Frank going first. I stand corrected. I must have misheard something. So we're off to the races here. Now, when Detritus battles, that's how you get the drones into play. If you're unfamiliar with how Detritus works, we see Silverbolt flip here, by the way, so 1 damage to Rummage. But in terms of everything on the board, how Detritus works is when it battles, you get to take a road drone that you don't already have on the field or in the KO area and bring it onto the field. I'll explain what the road drones do as we go along. Skydive going into Rummage. Pierce 2 is I'm not sure how much the attack was, but that's 2 damage on Rummage. Oh, Rummage is Bandit, so those blue icons that Bill flipped do not matter. So Rummage takes 2, Sparring Gear on Frank's side of the field. So that's how Detritus works. Rummage gives everyone a press 1 and has Bandit, and then Bug Bite's ult mode, when you flip to it, you can scrap a upgrade from your hand, and I gotta remember what the actual wording on this is, because Bug Bite's one of the weirder cards in the game, or in Wave 8. We see him flip to bot mode. What Alt mode on Bug Bite. When you flip to this mode, you may scrap an upgrade from your hand. If you do, return an upgrade that does not share any colors of battle icons or types as the scrap card from your scrap pile to hand. Not going to flip Bug Bite, rather. We are going to flip Rummage to bot mode, as I forget what she does. She has Bandit in bot mode, and when one of your characters battles and you flip 4 or fewer cards, it gets Pierce 1. But if you flip 2 or fewer cards, it gets an additional +1 as well. So we're over on Bill's turn. He's not flipping Detritus. He's already flipped Rummage, I should say that. Oh god, the bane of my existence. Head-on collision and sending Bug Bite into Skydive. This card will never stop haunting me, I swear. And looks like we have some proxying on Frank's side of the field, which of course in this era of the game is completely acceptable. And that is 3 damage, so 7 blocking, 4 takes 3. Okay. And dropping a reprocess for a Riffraff Knickknacks on Bill's side of the field. And dropping a Nobles for a Revving Up on Frank's side of the field. And I am now pulling up Riffraff for y'all. So Riffraff, when you put this on a Junkion, it's a white-green utility, by the way. When you put this on a Junkion, you may play another Riffraff. Up to 3 Riffraffs can fit in a utility slot, and when the upgraded character is on a Junkion, takes attack damage, and is not KO'd, you may repair 1 damage from the upgraded character to scrap this. You can, of course, trigger that multiple times if you have multiple Riffraffs. Flipping Air Raid to bot mode, Fireflight will get a Sparring Gear, and then Fireflight going into Bug Bite as he has to. Just for 1, no Pierce. And that is a block, unsurprisingly. When was the last time you saw Fireflight do anything that besides defend? And there's a Revving Up on Frank's side of the field. And drop a reprocess for a Riffraff. Gee, where have we seen this one before? So we'll go over to Bill's turn. He probably flips Bug Bite here because you don't want to flip Rummage down to alt mode right now. Yep, there's Bug Bite flip. Plus he has extra defense. You do not want to flip Detritus outside of a few weird circumstances unless you're combining. And he has 0 drones on the field, so that ain't happening anytime soon. 2 Knickknacks coming down onto Detritus, and we are getting some camera lag from Bill. And Anglebois, ooh, Detritus is about to smack Fireflight 6 ways from Sunday. And 1 card in hand, and Detritus, I think, is going in for 8 or 9. Going into Fireflight. Excuse me. And the drone of choice here is going to be... I do not remember what any of the drones do, so let's go ahead and go over to Teletrain and take a look. So the Junker drone is a self-reprocess. And it's the Waster drone that ends up coming down, and that, when this deploys or returns to the battlefield, move an upgrade from an enemy to another enemy. There goes the Sparring Gear, and there's a camera freeze on Frank's side. It looks like it's going over to, I think that's Power Glide. And Detritus going in. So 2 defense so far. We are getting a lot of camera lag. Holy crap, what the hell? It takes 3 damage, so it looks like the attack was for 7. Is that how much attack Detritus has? Hold up. Yeah, Detritus only has 3 attack in alt mode. I am stupid. So that was 7 into 4 takes 3. And revving up on taps. So now he has a Sparring Gear on Power Glide. Not exactly what he wants to see, because of course Power Glide is a pseudo Battle Master. Or technically he is, but he doesn't have the trait due to weird ruling things, but whatever. Setting another Revving Up. And some questions are getting asked about the Riffraffs. Makes sense just because that does, of course, heal damage. Unfortunately, it is a utility, so you cannot put a toolbox on Detritus and just overheal him like crazy. And before anybody gets any Galaxy Prime ideas, again, Riffraff can only go on Junkion, so unless you have a faction switching card, which is a terrible, terrible idea outside of some maybe niche stratagem applications for deck building restrictions, not a good idea to make those. Sidecar Artillery coming on to Silverbolt. That's always a good card. For those of you who don't know what that is, because Wave 6, when the upgraded character attacks with 3 or less attack, after the battle, you scrap the card, and it does 2 damage to an enemy. I believe that's the correct wording on it. I am double-checking now. When the upgraded character attacks and has 3 or less, 3 attack or less, after the battle, do 2 damage to an enemy and scrap this. I was basically correct. And Silverbolt going in here. Going into Detritus despite the 3 defense. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. We got a Detritus trigger. So a Detritus trigger happening. And what will be the pull in here? Let's take a look. Junker Drone is the self-reprocess. That wouldn't make too much sense. Scrapper Drone. Your opponent chooses one of their upgrades and scraps it. That would probably just get rid of the sparring gear. Okay, he is pulling out the Scrapper Drone, so the smelt effect comes down. The other option would have been KO an upgrade from their scrap pile with 0 stars. And there goes the sparring gear. That was very predictable. And now we go into the battle here. So Silverbolt going in for 3. That will block. And then the sidecar trigger. And I should mention, the drones are 2 health, so the sidecar could just pop a drone here. Alrighty, sidecar artillery to pop the... Just one of the drones is gone, and it looks like the Waster drone was the one that got KO'd. Again, in this deck, it doesn't really matter. But there are decks where it does end up making a difference, so, yeah. Dropping a revving up for either the Enigma or the Processor. Ooh, this is an interesting decision. Because at the moment, he's currently 2 turns away from combining. But he does have a wheel turn coming up here, so that could play a factor in things. This is an interesting point. I literally just said that. Good God, it's been a while. We seem to have camera issues again. And it looks like the Enigma is the pickup. And then dropping a handheld for a Riffraff. That's always a good play. Drawing for turn on Bill's side of the field. Alrighty, so we're getting a look through the scrap pile here. Not sure what Bill would be. Oh, right, Bug Bite's a thing. So he'll scrap a Riffraff, so he has to grab a armor or a weapon that does not have a white or a green icon. And Bill's camera just went out there for a moment, but everything good? So non-white, non-green weapon or armor, and he grabs a photon charge. I wonder what's gonna happen next. Photon charge going on to the Scrapper drone. And then the Scrapper Drone going into Fireflight. Oh, wait, the Scrapper Drone was the one that went in. It looks like he took a damage. Hold on. Wait, did he take the damage? 7 attack total. Blocking 4 due to some rummage triggers. Takes 3, dead. Wait. Okay, yeah, I think everything adds up. Did the drone take the photon charge damage, or am I missing something? Okay, he's like half cut off the camera, so I wasn't sure. Perfect. Okay, so, Fireflight is dead. The drone takes a damage. And now a single zap, or in this case, a heavy landing probably, would kill him, so. Or a Silverbolt flip, but I don't think he's going to be doing that anytime soon. So 2 flips to go. He has the Enigma in hand. At this point, does he just try and send in Power Glide to stall for time? I think that might not be the worst idea in the world. He has Skydive. Silverbolt is vulnerable, though, so that might cause some issues. But if he can draw fire, or if he has, like, any stealth cards in hand, that would solve this issue massively. And, of course, Detritus is still sitting over there and is probably not going to be able to do too much damage to him with the lack of Laser Cutlass. And considering the fact that Detritus has 3 defense... Okay, we're just getting some discussions now on what happens if Riff Raff gets scrapped by, or if Riff Raff could be scrapped by Air Raid for no effect, and that answer is yes, so I will now drop that in the rulings chat while this is going on. Yeah, so Air Raid's ability would trigger first to scrap the Riff Raff. Noble's Blaster onto Alpha Bravo, okay. And Detritus is a Decepticon, so that does something. And then Alpha Bravo going into Detritus. And that is a lot of Pierce, I just realized. And revving up. So that is currently 2, 4, 5 Pierce 3, 5 Pierce 5. And Junker Drone. And Junker Drone will scrap a Riff Raff on Bill's side to heal 2. This is a self-reprocess drone, like I mentioned earlier. Six Pierce 5, or 6 Pierce 6. Where is he getting 6 from? Am I missing something? I'm only counting 5. There was a second revving up. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, so there was that the situation. I missed a revving up. Whoops. And Bill's letting some green icons go, and he'll draw for turn. Flipping Bug Bite to bot mode. Photon Charge onto the Junker Drone. And then Junker Drone going into Alpha Bravo. Get the Pierce threat off the board. That makes sense. And rummage trigger, so +1 pierce and +1 attack. 5 pierce 4 is the swing. 5 pierce 4, wait, what? So there's pierce 1. And then Skydive takes the damage. How much pierce was on that attack, out of curiosity? Where was the fourth one? I saw the pierce one from Rummage, the photon charge, or the opportune offensive, and the Mecha Star. So... Oh, I forgot Detritus does that, my bad. I forgot Detritus gives pierce 1 to every drone. Whoops! And Detritus is at 6 health, or... Did it get nerfed to 12 health? Hold up, when did that happen? Huh, Detritus is 12 health. I thought it was 13. Odd. Anyways. So Alpha Bravo is in a precarious position. Sparring gear on Alpha Bravo. Not the worst idea in the world, because he's going to be important. And there's the combine. Air Raid is on the field. Or not Air Raid, Superion. Why did I just call him Air Raid? Why did I just call him Air Raid? What am I doing? And 19 damage on Air Raid with Power Glide still available, I might add. So... And the 3 damage from Superion's combined will go on Detritus. So 19 damage, 3 damage on Detritus, and all of a sudden this game is looking very winnable for Frank. Because, like, either... Before, it looked like it was going in Bill's favor just because of the lack of progress on Detritus, but now... And sending in Superion into Detritus. Okay. 8 pierce 5, and that is a dead Detritus. And the Trasher drone would have gotten pulled out. But because of the fact that the... oh, wait a minute, we're getting the Trasher drone trigger. So the Trasher drone trigger beforehand is getting rid of a sidecar artillery. Okay, we're just having some discussions here. Yeah, so Detritus cannot initiate the combine because the bot mode ability does not reference Detritus being able to be in the KO area. So Bill is very much on the back foot here. Not good for him. Drawing for turn on Bill's side of the field. Flipping Bug Bite to bot mode. And there goes the Lagarten Spalders. For the Mecha Star. So, scrapping a armor with a blue and a green. So, had to pick up a weapon or utility without a blue or a green. Mecha Star is very much that. Mecha Star on the Trasher drone. He does still have the drones on the field. So, that could make a difference here in terms of wheel turn leverage if he gets the chance. There's a secret action, and now he's probably sending in the drone here. Yep, there's the Trasher drone. And currently attack is 3 pierce 2. 3 pierce 2, I think, is the swing. 3 Pierce 3. Oh, Pierce 1 because of flipping 4 cards. Three Pierce 3. 3 Pierce 3 is the swing. You only take 3. The attack was 3. And Frank was just getting confused by the Pierce 4 there. Even though it does technically matter for things like Tetranite. And Power Glide's turn. And we're getting some reshuffle over on Frank's side of the field, excuse me. And we are getting a decision point here on some greens from Frank's side of the field. So dropping a Severed Combiner hand for a Sparring Gear, it looks like? I think? Maybe? Oh no, he put the Severed Combiner hand on Superion and didn't pick anything up. Got it. No, wait, he had the Sparring Gear on Superion and then replaced it. Once again, I have zero clue what I'm doing. And Power Glide going into a random drone. Going into one of the 1 damage drones. It really doesn't matter in this situation, so he's just picking one at random. Going in for 2. 2 blocking 1, and that is a dead drone. Not sure which one that is, but it's dead. And there was a Sab Arms there, so that did absolutely nothing. And we will go over to Bill's turn here in a moment. And we got to reshuffle on his side of the field. Yep, we've got green icons on Frank's side of the field as well. He's on multi-missile pod? Excuse me? Excuse me? And did he just pick it up? Like, that's legal. That's a legal play with Power Glide, but why is he on multi-missile pod? Flipping Bug Bite to bot mode. I cannot get over the fact that Frank's on multi-missile pod. I do not understand the logic behind that, but hey, if it works for him, good for him. Because I would not be throwing that into Superion if I was playing this deck. So Bug Bite's in bot mode. Rummage now has to attack. It's just a matter of, does he try to go into Power... No, he doesn't go into Power Glide here. What am I saying? You go into Superion here, no question. Flipping Rummage oppresses on the field, so that does nerf Superion a little bit. And Bill's being a filthy heretic by playing a handheld blaster on somebody that is not named Hardhead. And Rummage going in to Superion. And oh my god, that's a lot of blues. Going in for 3. And that's blocked. And going over to Frank's turn after an untap. He's got a Superion with 22 out of 39 and a basically full health Power Glide. And Bill isn't exactly looking too hot right now. I wonder how this is gonna go. Of course, the offensive power is stunted here a little bit just because of the fact that everybody on Bill's side of the field has a press, so that Bold on Superion is offline at the moment. But at the very least, Rummage cannot take advantage of Blues. We'll see if Secret gets set. Superion, how much is he attacking for right now? 8? 8 into 2, that takes 6. Oh, he can't kill Rummage. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. And if he sends in Rummage, or if he goes into Rummage here, he can't send Power Gliding, because Bill's probably just going to throw in one of the drones to try to stunt an attack, and then just get a wheel turn on Superion. Eight Pierce 4 is the swing, and takes 6 on Rummage, because Bandit. Gotta love it. So up to 8. Maybe that multi-missile pod was a good decision after all. Maybe, but... Wait, can you play multiple multi-missile pods in one turn? I'm honestly forgetting here. You cannot. You have to play one every turn. That's unfortunate. Flip Bug Bite. Opting not to trigger, it looks like, maybe? This card coming back to haunt me again. And then Bug Bite going after Superion. And that is... I believe you still would have Tough 1 unless there's a second Oppress that I'm not seeing. Okay, so... Little mishap on how much Oppress is on the field there. So how much is this going for? It's at 7 into... I don't know how much. Either way, he's up to 25 now, so it looks like 3 damage was taken? So that's 1, 2, 3. Dropping a revving up for a pocket. 4. Yep, that adds up. 7 into 4 takes 3. Okay. And there's the pocket. And there's a revving up. And then Power Glide going in. No multi-missile pod, though, because he doesn't have a hand right now, so that is not on the table. Oh, yeah, Photon Charge exists. I forgot about that. Taking the Pierce 1, and Bug Bite has a damage. If it was Rummage, it would be an alive on 1, but unfortunately, Bill attacked with Bug Bite. So no memes today, and Bill has a head-on collision in hand, so he flips Rummage? Oh, wait a minute, he's regretting that. Nope, not regretting. That's not the word. Contemplating? Yeah, that's the word. Not flipping Rummage. Flipping Bug Bite to bot mode. I smell head-on collision. Once again, comes back to haunt me. On to Rummage, and... just going into Superion. Rummage first for currently 6. And he didn't get Oppress, or doesn't get Bold because of Oppress. Going in for 6. Blocking 1, 2, 3. Takes 3. Wait, what? So Scrapper Drone going in to Superion. And Severed Combiner Hand prevents the Pierce from the 1 Pierce 1 swing on the Trasher. No, that's the Scrapper Drone. Scrapper Drone is 1 Pierce 1. Fails to go through because of the Severed Combiner Hand negating the Pierce. 1 Pierce 2. A Pierce will go through this time. So up to 25, 29. 10 health away from death. Now, the Sidecar Artillery is off the field, so that's not an option for Power Glide at this point. So does he try to use Power Glide to get Rummage off the field, or does he try to delete Bug Bite with Superion? Actually, I don't think he can delete Bug Bite with Superion. I think you have to send in Power Glide here, just to get Rummage off the board and force Bill into an awkward situation with the wheel turns where it's only 2 drones. And then your other force multiplier and Rummage is off the field. And we've got a cut. He's thinking about something. He's got 2 cards in hand at the very least. If he's got any direct damage, dropping it on the Scrapper drone wouldn't be the worst idea in the world if it's 1 point. Albeit he did lose 2 heavy landings off of the flip a moment ago, or a flip a moment ago. And Bug Bite still has 10 health, so you really can't kill him, like I said earlier. Unless he has a 2 direct damage card, but the sidecar artillery isn't there anymore, so I'm not too sure how Frank is killing Bug Bite in this situation. Again, like I said, at this point, I think the play is send Power Glide in with the revving up into Rummage, and try to see if he can spike a black icon and end that threat entirely. Oh, is he considering flipping Power Glide to bot mode? That would be interesting. He's going to bot mode. He's going for it. Setting a lion weight. Scrap the revving up. Yep, going into Rummage, like I predicted. Did not spike the black icon. But for 4 Pierce 1 and... Oh, wait a minute, he has the attack. Rummage is gone, and... If only he had a Photon Charge. Photon Charge onto Scrapper Drone, speaking of. Wait, hold up. Scrapper Drone is now dead. I was about to say, why is he putting a Photon Charge on a 1 damage character? This is a usual, this isn't usually allowed by billmoo, so I will allow this. 4 Pierce 1. Taking the 1 and then Photon Charge. And does a damage to Superion. And just a slight point of reference, throughout this entire game, Bill's been activating the damage on Photon Charge after the attack resolves. That is not how that card works. You resolve the damage from, or the self-ping from Photon Charge before the attack actually goes through. Assuming it does resolve in the first place. Dropping the Nobles for a Diffraction Sword, that's -1 attack. I'm not too sure I agree with that decision. Lion Weight untaps, so that's at least something. But now you have to waste a Superion attack, unless he had direct damage in hand, which he did not, and Superion just kills the Trasher Drone. Stealthiness on Bug Bite for Bill's turn. Flip Bug Bite to alt mode. And then setting the Scrapper Drone into Power Glide. 1 only. And then Bug Bite into Power Glide, he'll take a damage, it looks like. And there's an Anglemont Surge on the field. I think that was... Not sure what that was. Oh, that must have been the flips. 4 Pierce 1 is the swing. And taking the Pierce 1 on Power Glide. And draw for pocket. And has to go into the drone here, so you have to send in Power Glide here. Just so that way Superion doesn't get punted. Unless he has direct damage. But now Superion's at 30 damage. Ooh, Bill's slowly creeping back into this game. If Frank can get the drone off the board this turn, that helps. But if he can't, this game might be a little closer than I might have suggested it would be a few rounds ago. Or several turns ago, I should say. Flipping Power Glide back to alt mode. Okay. And multi-missile pod coming down. And fire the pod to do a damage to everybody on the field. And the attack just ends. And that actually works out. Okay, that works. So, it's not ideal, but it works, I guess. Bill's not happy with his draw. Photon charge, there we go. Has to go into Power Glide, he's probably dead. That's currently a 7 attack swing. Would have preferred that for Superion, but unfortunately did not just play out that way. Send Bug Bite into Power Glide. Does not take the damage from Photon Charge. Okay, why am I yawning so much? Currently going in for 6. Blocking 3, take 3. That is a dead Power Glide, and Superion has a shiny new gun. And Superion... wait, is that how that resolves? I guess that's how it resolves. Techno, you can yell at us in the comments section, but I don't think it's gonna matter at the end of the day. Because I think the correct order of operation should be Photon Charge resolves, Hollow Matter would fizzle, or not Hollow Matter, Diffraction Sword would cause the damage to fizzle, and then Power Glide would trigger, because it's active player triggers, not active player triggers. And flipping a Battle Master or Weaponizer to upgrade mode is a triggered ability, so it would happen after Photon Charge, I believe, in this situation. Heavy landing. Taking 1. So 1 damage to Bug Bite. Eight Pierce 4 is the swing. Blocking 2, 3, 4, 5. Take 4. I think. Taking 4, so that's 5. So 9 was the swing, it looks like? Yeah. Yep, that, wait, hold up. Takes 4. Flipping Bug Bite. Head-on collision. Send him in. Scrapping Lion Weight. Seven Pierce 1 is the swing. We're waiting for a reshuffle here for one more flip due to the Lion Weight. 1-3-2 is the call. I don't know why I'm saying that, because you can't. It really doesn't matter. It's just the deck is getting cut, and that's another thing. So look, taking the Pierce 1, and now we will move over to Frank's turn, in which Bug Bite gets exploded. Draw for pocket. And I think Superion has Pierce on board. Yeah, he has Pierce 3 on board. There's the heavy landing, and yep, there it is. That's game 1. Oh my god. Blue versus blue, ladies and gentlemen. Blue versus blue. And let me find the marker. Alrighty, now that is over with, we'll get into the sideboarding process. Alrighty, since Bill's playing in this game, I will go through this. Bill, will you be going first or second? Alrighty, Frank, will you be swapping any characters? Bill, will you be swapping any characters? Alrighty, have fun with battle cards. I had to go through that procedure because somebody has to go through it since like 9 of us forget it on a daily basis. So, that's fun. But in the meanwhile, while all of that is going on, as I realized I should not put that on the thing. Bill, just a heads up, your sideboard's bleeding. Okay, so that is going on. Bill's sideboard was just bleeding. So I'm not too sure what both of these guys will side into, but it will be interesting. And I'm having to deal with something here quick. Okay, so I finished what I was dealing with, but we're still underway with sideboarding here, so let's talk about what we have on tap for casual players and not just the competitive stuff. Because even with all the nonsense on the competitive circuit, we haven't forgot about the casual part of the player base. If you're in the mood for some jank throwdowns, be sure to join the TCG community Discord on Fridays in the Americas. Whether you play via webcam, TTS, or Octagon, there will be someone online for you to throw that nonsense you just cooked up 5 minutes ago at. Not only that, but if you play at least 2 games after all of these open play nights start, you'll get some Shanix, the server currency that can be redeemed for professionally printed community cards. If you're interested in joining the next open play night, which by the way starts in about 45 minutes, I think. I think that's how that time works. If you want to join in on that, be sure to go to discord.gg/transformerstcg to get the invite to the server. And Bill is yelling at me, yes, I am doing the plug, you just interrupted my flow for it. So yeah, you can find the Discord link at discord.gg/transformerstcg, which I have just dropped in the chat for those of you watching this live on Twitch. And you can find this in the description if you're watching the replay on YouTube. Again, if you want to join the open play nights that are happening on Fridays, be sure to go to discord.gg/transformerstcg, which the link is in the chat, as well as in the replay description on YouTube. Again, we've got one coming up here in 45 minutes, or more like 40 at this point, so be sure to join in on that. A lot of janky nonsense getting thrown around, and it is overall a blast. So, we're going into game 2 here. Bill said he was going second, I'm pretty sure. I asked about this and I've already forgotten. What the hell? Once again, I have zero idea what I'm doing sometimes. Alrighty, I think we should be getting close here to the end of the sideboarding process. Already cuts are happening. Alrighty, and Frank is going first, so Bill's going second, obviously. And Frank will draw for turn. Into Rummage, Skydive into Rummage. I was distracted there by something. So Skydive into Rummage takes 2 damage, or takes 3 damage. Wait, hold on. Did you say take 2 or take 3? Ah, gotcha. Okay, so Silverbolt did a damage. Whoops. Alrighty, so flipping Rummage. Wait, question mark. Mechastar on to Bug Bite and sending Bug Bite into Skydive. 7 Pierce 3 is the swing. Alrighty, so Silverbolt or Skydive takes 3 damage, picking up a Diffraction Sword. I'm not sure what the drop was there. I got distracted again by some Discord nonsense. And we got green on Frank's side of the field. There's Nobles. Heavy-handed for Nobles. So going over to Frank's turn. There's a secret action. Fireflight's probably going in here if I had to take a wild guess. And then flipping Alpha Bravo. And then Photon Charge onto Fireflight. And then sending Fireflight in. Doesn't take the damage. For 4. Taking 1. Oh my god, Fireflight did something. Fireflight did something. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Fireflight did something. And then Photon Charge damage to Rummage. No greens on Frank's side of the field, it looks like, so we'll go over to Bill. He's got a Riffraff and an Espionage. And a bunch of light. Holy crap. Dropping a Reprocess for a Riff. How many times is he going to do this? I swear to God, he's done that like 5 times this set. What the hell? Flipping Rummage. So back to the oppressed nonsense. Flipping Bug Bite to I tripped over myself. Flipping Bug Bite to bot mode instead. Oh god, head-on collision again. Every time I see this card, I just regret that statement. Every time. Riffraff onto Detritus, and then sending Detritus into Fireflight. Patrol the Perimeter comes down. I am noticing a distinct lack of drones on Bill's side of the field. And here come the drones. So, we're getting a look through the scrap pile here for the drone that KOs. KOing a photon charge, okay. And 7 Pierce 2 is the swing with Detritus. Yep, because flipping, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep, that adds up. Wait, hold on. How much attack did you say that was? And you put the head-on collision on him this turn, right? That would be 8 because Rummage gives +1 attack, if I'm not mistaken. Eight Pierce 2 is the swing. Alrighty, so Skydive takes 2 damage, and we move over to Frank's turn. So what is Frank gonna be up to this time? Noble's Blaster onto Alpha Bravo. Flip Air Raid. 2 turns away from combining. And then going into Detritus with Air Raid. Scrapper Drone to get rid of the Noble's Blaster, because that is the only upgrade on the field. Two Pierce 2 is the swing. Taking the 2. And scrapping the Riffraff and healing 1. So only took 1 there. And then trading a cornered for a reprocess. Ooh. Wait, why are you dropping cornered against a combiner? Excuse me? Why is he dropping cornered against a combiner? Is he playing multiple of it or something? Diffraction Sword on a Detritus. Wow, that is... Genuinely surprising. I would not have dropped that cornered. He has to have a second copy in the deck, or in his hand. He has to. There's no reason he would drop it otherwise. Flipping Bug Bite to alt mode. Scrap a riffraff to recover a non-white or green weapon or armor. What did you recover with Bug Bite? That is a utility if you scrapped a riffraff. Okay, I was about to say, where was he getting the polydermal from? Also, Ozzy, by the way, I'm coming for your job of pointing out every mistake. Which I'm thankful for that, because a lot of the times I miss stuff, but you'll at the very least be relieved to know that you are not the only one who's doing that now. Reprocessing the riffraff. Albeit knowing me, there's probably something I've already missed this game. So that's full health detritus. And then sending a drone into Fireflight, as he has to. 2 Pierce 1. And moving over to Frank's turn with Pierce 1 taken to Fireflight, putting him up to 3 damage. So there's a revving up now on the field. There's also another rolling action that I can't make out due to some glare. And Air Raid really isn't going to do a whole lot here because Rummage is untapped. So at this point, you probably just send in Silverbolt here. There's a flip of Skydive. That helps as well. Javelin on Silverbolt. Yep, I think we know who's going in this turn. So you send in Silverbolt here. Probably into Bug Bite? And then throw the Javelin at Detritus, maybe? Because, I mean, last game he was able to win by just trying to nuke Detritus as quickly as possible, but Silverbolt probably isn't going to punch anything through here. So, if you send in Silverbolt here into Bug Bite, throw the Javelin at Detritus, you're getting the damage on him, but not getting another drone onto the field, which slows down Bill's plans by a turn. Yeah, that's probably what he ends up doing here. Maybe he also tries to get a drone off the board? So Silverbolt is the attacker. Going into Bug Bite. And the Javelin. And throwing at the untapped drone? Actually, no. This makes sense. It forces Rummage to attack sooner, and that gives Frank a 2-attack wheel turn against her. That's actually pretty smart, I will admit. So that's a blocked attack on Bug Bite, but there's a drone dead, and now Rummage has to attack like I just said. So, looking pretty decent for Frank. He's got a couple of green options there. It looks like a Nobles, a Pocket, and possibly a Severed Combiner hand. I can't quite tell, though. Still waiting on a call for the greens. And not taking any of them. Draw for turn on Bill's side. Flipping Bug Bite. So Bill's contemplating here. He's trying to figure out who has what damage. Lagarde and Spalder's coming on to Rummage. Flip Rummage to alt mode. Press is now online. And then sending Rummage into Fireflight. Three Pierce 2. Taking the Pierce 2 on Fireflight. Dropping Riffraff for Processor, and we're over to Frank's turn. Draw for turn. We see a Javelin come down onto Air Raid. Jeez. Air Raid going into Rummage, scrapping the Revving Up, and the Javelin will go at Rummage as well. The Polydermal on there will probably get scrapped because of Air Raid. Wait a minute. That is very much a dead Rummage here, probably. 5 Pierce 1. Block 3. Oh, he's got Spalders. Block 3, take 2. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And gets rid of the Polydermal Graft. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you kidding me? Even when it isn't an alive on one, it is! Are you kidding me? How does this keep happening? This is the dumbest one we've had so far. Because it wasn't an alive on one from originally, but then Air Raid shows up and makes it an alive on one, essentially. What is going on? One of these days, we need to figure out how to break this damn curse. This is getting insane. We will have an untap here. Rummage is off the board. And that's one of the force multipliers gone for the drone, but the Tritus is still floating around, and the threat of combination is still online. Now the question is, will Bill try to send in a drone to serve as a meat shield for Detritus here? Processor comes down onto Bug Bite, so I have not a clue. Because Fireflight is active. He has the Pierce 1 with Detritus. If he's lucky, if Bill's lucky, he could spike a black icon and an orange and get the kill on Fireflight. The fact that Rummage is dead here means that Bill would not be able to essentially guarantee it by just sending in the drone and getting +1 Pierce 1 off of Rummage. He only has the Pierce 1, or actually just the +1 from Rummage, really. The fact that Detritus is now the only force multiplier on the field makes this situation much more difficult for Bill. But if he has any attack upgrades in hand, he wants to play them right now. Even if it's just a Diffraction Sword, that is enough as long as he flips a black icon. But he has a... Oh, wait a minute. You have not. Bill is asking if he's flipped this turn. Bug Bite to alt mode. No! Wait, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? You have the primary laser in hand. Play it on the drone. Go for the attack on Fireflight. Why would you recover the Oh, wait, he played a processor this turn. I forgot he played a processor this turn. But that begs the question, why did he not play the primary laser to send in the drone as a meat shield? That is beyond perplexing to me. Anyways, going in with Bug Bite into Fireflight... And that's a dead Fireflight. Ozzy, I found if you're quite wide, delaying the combine by playing cornered is sometimes not a great move. If you could leverage a wheel turn well, you'll want them to combine. Once again, Ozzy proves why he was second in the OI and I was third. And we've got cuts. Okay, we've got a cut on Frank's side of the field. And let's see. Now Fireflight's off the field. He is one turn away from combine. Or he's actually on the turn where he can't combine. He just flips Fireflight in KO area. I mean, Alpha Bravo, he's got to go into Bug Bite here, which isn't ideal. Now that I think about it, it probably was the correct play for Bill to just send in Bug Bite here. Once again, I prove I have no clue what I'm doing. And that is why I got bounced in both the winners and the losers finals of the EI. Flipping Fireflight. And there's the combination. So now the question is, will we see Superion go in here again? He did do that last game. But, of course, Power Glide could still serve as a meat shield. Albeit Bill really doesn't have the potential to kill him as quickly. And Superion is combined trigger. And then the damage will go on to Tritus. And Superion going into Bug Bite. 6 Pierce 4 is the swing. Take the 4. Again, he sends it in Superion first, but interesting. Draw for pocket. Flipping Bug Bite to bot mode. Put Riff Raff onto Detritus. And then setting in the drone. 2 Pierce 2 is the swing. Takes the 2. And, oh my god, Superion only has 13 damage. Yeah, this ain't looking too good for Bill, barring an absolute miracle with the combine. Drawing for turn on Frank's side. Possible flip of Power Glide here. Also, there's a Spalders on Superion. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned that or not. Flipping Power Glide and then sending Power Glide in. Going into Bug Bite, okay. And that's a defense flip. And then Pierce 1 will, oh wait, that was a defense on Bug Bite? What? Why would you not go into the drone there? I am just... Like, I get the format's wonky, but that doesn't mean that players should be making wonky decisions. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the one to... I probably shouldn't be the one to judge this. I don't know. Because I have experience with only one of these decks, and it definitely wasn't the version that Bill was playing. And I have not played Superion a whole lot. And we have a wheel turn here for Bill, so when the drone comes on, he will get an extra attack. So, does he have anything in hand? Mechastar onto Detritus. Okay, that's a good start. Always a good start. Head-on collision on Detritus. And he's going into Superion here. And I just got a low battery notification on my headset. And on the attack trigger, he'll bring in the Waster drone. And moves the Spalders over to Power Glide. And the attack is for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 Pierce. Wait, 6? Shouldn't it be 8? Fusion Bore and head-on collision. Or, I accidentally called Mechastar Fusion Bore. Whoops. Mechastar head-on collision and Detritus 8 attack. And taking Pierce 3, it looks like. Yep, Pierce 3. Up to 20, or wait, that's 19. Oh, that's not good. And then the Waster drone goes in to Superion. 1 Pierce 1. Take the 1 up to 20. And an untap. Draw for turn on Frank's side of the field after the untap concludes. So at this point, if Detritus gets attacked, the last drone comes out, then Bill is able to combine. So he's contemplating hard on this. Bug Bite has 5 health remaining with 2 defense. So, what is the move here? I'm honestly not too sure. So Bug Bite's at 5 health remaining. Detritus has 9, and he can heal 1. The drones both have 2. Honestly, I think the play here is to send Power Glide into Bug Bite. Noble's Blaster, never mind. Superion is just going straight into Bug Bite. I think that has to be the play, because that's currently 8 into 2 takes 6. If Bill only flips 1 blue, which is likely, then that's a dead Bug Bite. But it's risky. Ugh. I mean, personally, I'd go for it, but then again, when it comes to this game, I am somewhat reckless. Which is why I love Ransack so much. He doesn't get the Pierce against Bug Bite, though, but it's the attack that I think is really the important thing right now. Going into Detritus, and the Junker Drone will scrap a Riffraff to heal 2. Eight Pierce 5 is the swing. 8 blocking 4, take 4, up to 5. And then dropping Inferno Breath? I guess in this deck it does kind of make sense. For a Diffraction Sword, it looks like was the pickup. And we will move over to Bill's turn. He's got 3 drones on the field, 1 in the KO area. I think we know where this is about to go. But we're probably going to just get Bill asking how many cards that Frank has in hand. Which is, the answer was 1 at the moment. And Bill, I think, has more than 1, so I don't think... Actually, he may not want to combine here just because of the fact that he'd be giving Frank so many cards. I forgot the words there. I forgot how English works. Again. And, yep, there's the question. Bill asks how many cards are in hand. 1. And Bill saying that does not favor him, so we are probably not seeing a combine this turn. So, if I had to guess what happens here, he sends in Bug Bite as a sacrificial offering to Power Glide to try to dump his hand a little bit. English, how does it work? That processor, weirdly enough, is screwing Bill over in this situation because the more he draws, the more that Frank will get when he combines. That is honestly hilarious. Scrapping a Polydermal Graft for a... I did not catch what that was because I was talking. Mechastar on the Junker Drone. Now just see have an action. And there's a head-on collision. God, this card just loves to haunt me. And then Junker Drone going in. 1 Pierce 1. 3 Pierce 3. 6 Pierce 4? Yeah, 6 Pierce 4 is the swing. 6 Pierce 4. And takes the Pierce 4 up to 24. Revving up comes down. And then Power Glide going into the drone. Currently for 3. Blocking 2. Which means that this drone is alive on one. Unless Frank randomly spikes a sparring gear, but knowing this server, that is not happening. And we've got camera lag. That's never combiner hand, and it's a photon charge. 3 pierce 1. And taking 1. Even in the dumbest of situations, alive on 1 manages to rear its ugly head. I mean, do we need to talk about the polydermal situation earlier? I jumped in there to comment on that because I kind of had to. And now we're checking for enigmas. No enigmas in the scrap. That's a problem for Bill because there very well could be one floating around and that would just be a problem. And Bill is picking up an espionage. Seems reasonable. He's gonna try and get rid of that thing as soon as he can because not exactly the best thing in the world for his opponent to have his to have an armed hovercraft essentially in hand. Espionaging a green and doesn't hit the enigma but hits a severed combiner hand instead. That actually makes a world of difference because that card turns off Detritus's Pierce essentially. Flip Bug Bite to bot mode. So, flipping Detritus to bot mode, playing a Riffraff onto Detritus, and also the Combine is optional here. And a Photon Charge for the regular upgrade for turn. But now this is an 8 attack Detritus. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, and it's a wheel turn as well. Wait a minute. Trasher Drone going into Superion first. That is... Wait, what? How much did you say that attack was for? Ah, okay, I heard the 2 out. I'm like, what? So it's 1 pierce 1. And we've got a reshuffle. Alright, we've got the cut finishing up here. Going in for 2 flat. Full block. Going in with Bug Bite. 3 pierce 1 is the swing. Taking the 1 and Detritus. This is the big swing. Currently at 26 damage, I believe that is. 6 pierce 1. So 8 pierce 1 is the swing. Taking the pierce 1 and Photon Charge will do a damage to Power Glide. And then draw for turn on Frank's side of the field. Okay, Frank is looking at punching Detritus here, it seems. And there's another revving up, Jesus Christ! I think. And Superion going in. 2 Detritus, it looks like. Going in for 9. 9 Pierce 5. And that's a dead Detritus. Okay, Detritus is off the board. Hold up. Draw for turn, draw for pocket on Bill's side of the field. And then Power Glide needs to swing. So how does that affect Bill's decision making? Mechastar on Trasher Drone. And Bill is checking his hand. Sending in the Trasher Drone into Superion as he has to. 3 Pierce 3. Up to 30. Ooh, wait a minute. This just got interesting. 9 health remaining. Now he just has to pray that Frank isn't sitting on an Aerial Bot Enigma. I was about to say he was sitting on an Armed Hovercraft, but of course that card isn't legal for this event because that's Wave 1. Just sending in Power Glide, okay. Drop run, revving up for the Trasher Drone. 4 Pierce 1 is the swing. Block 2, take 2 on the dot. Okay, we're getting somewhere. But now Bill has a wheel turn. And if he gets the right upgrades here, he has Bug Bites flipped for alt mode. Wait a minute, he can just grab a Photon Charge and... Ooh, this ain't good. Oh, this is... Oh, he's got 5 cards in hand as well. Ooh, this is interesting, to say the least. Flipping Bug Bite. Scrap a Riffraff, get a Mechastar. That is a legal line. Because that would be a white-green utility into a black weapon. Yep, that is allowed. Secret action coming down. Mechastar on the Waster Drone and sending the Waster Drone into Superion. 3 Pierce 3. Sending in the Jugger Drone, 1 Pierce 1. And Bug Bite last. So Superion now has 5 health remaining, it looks like. Five is the attack. That's a block, it looks like. Alrighty. Over to Frank's turn. Does he have an Enigma? Because if he does, he can kill the Junker Drone, or the... Yeah, that's the Junker Drone. Then just punch Bug Bite and possibly end this thing. There's a revving up again, so it looks like a lie in wait. Oh, no, wait, that's a Lagarten Spalders on Power Glide. I don't know why I thought that was a rolling action. Because I remember that getting moved on to him earlier. Superion into Bug Bite. Sab Arms! Oh, that hurts. Going in for 6. 6 Pierce 3. Would have been 8 Pierce 3 otherwise. Let's see, that is 5 health remaining. 6 blocking 1. Bill has to flip no blues here. And knowing this server, he's going to flip exactly 1, and we're going to have a you-know-what on our hands. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Your flips were not on camera there. Your flips were out of the frame. Oh, I was over here saying you were probably gonna flip 1 blue and we'd have no live on 1 because of this server. No blues. And Bug Bite is gone. So, Bill will draw for turn. Bill says finally. A little too late there, probably. And then entire game, he... Opportune offensive primary laser. And he's just going for a vengeance kill at this point on Superion. And I can't blame him. After the torment that this guy has caused him, Bill deserves this one. Deserves this kill, I should say, not this match. Pierce 3. Up to 34, 35, 36, 37. Yep, 37. Alive on 2. And Bill is just annoyed at the fact that he could not draw opportune offensive to save his life. And Frank is going to put a photon charge on Power Glide. And Bill's not going to play this out. That is very, 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 very much game. Because the damage will go on to the other drone that's damaged. And that will do it. And with that, Frank has taken this first round feature 2-0 using Superion over Detritus and Friends. And the best part for Frank, not a mag ray in sight. Yeah, we're still talking about that incident. Yeah, 24 damage with 2 cards. Pretty good. And plus I was on the giving end of that, so I kind of like it. But anyways, Superion manages to win this one, and we are off to an interesting start. We have an expected deck in this event, and we have whatever Bill is running. I still don't know after watching that. But that will do it for this broadcast. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here today. If you did, there's a little purple button you can push down below if you're watching this live on Twitch. And if you're watching the YouTube re-upload of this, there's a little red button you can push down below to show that again. We've got an open play night on the Discord server like I mentioned earlier in this match. So if you want to join that, be sure to check the link in the description or the link I am reposting in chat to join the Discord and come flip some cards with us and throw some janky nonsense around. And we will be back with round 2. We will figure out what that is once the pairings are announced. We're still in the middle of round 1, so it'll be a bit. But for now, that will do it for this broadcast. Peace out, y'all.